Hey, hey, hey. Just going to wait for some people to jump in the room. We are doing something for this Leo moon. Oh, got my Apollo statue here. Got Leo, god of the sun. Thought we would do some quickie, you know me. I'm verbose. I could talk. We'll have some fun together. Thought I would do some super chat in here for this Leo moon Saturday and Sunday, essentially a Leo moon weekend, that we could look at love and pleasure. And to do that, I've got two oracle decks that I am working with. One is the Whispers of Love Oracle, which I love so much, usually the voices of the higher selves, and half of the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, baby love pack. Love, baby, that's where it's at. The suits of luck, the suit of healing, and the suit of grace, right? The three suits in this card. The other fourth suit is the problem. And they're back there because we don't need no problems right now. We got enough on our hands. So I thought this would be a cool thing to do. So what we are going to do, depending on if anybody jumps in this room, you can certainly ask questions. I'll see what I can see on here because the writing's teeny tiny. I'll get that fixed eventually. But if you would like to super chat me something, I'll be glad to take requests as we go. Cool, cool. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I am going to take a nice deep breath, say a little prayer, depending on when you watch this. If you jump in, well, this is already underway. It's just how it is. And then I will start pulling cards. Cool. So even if you're watching this on playback, take a deep breath. As I call upon my pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved to guide every word, every card, every exchange of energy between the physical and the non-physical, the mundane world and the world of the divine, that I may be as a bridge and a channel for guidance and grace, particularly for and from Apollo, the Leo moon, this Saturday and Sunday, really focusing in on the availability of pleasure and love for any and all who watch, that we're going to do this Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, all 12 signs, just 2 cards each, and see how we go. So let's have some fun with this. Here we go. Oh, for the highest good and harming none, so mote be, and so it is. There we go. Sometimes I forget to put the amen at the end of the prayer. Well, you pray all day long, and then it happens. All right, so here we go. We're going to start with Aries. So I'm going to pull one of these first, and then I'm going to pull one of these on to cover it, right? So I'll do them both face down. Let's start with Aries. I'm going to take a nice deep breath. Oh, this feels so good. My pantheons, please, one card, a whisper of love for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this Leo moon weekend. What's going on for them with love and pleasure? Love and pleasure, please. Love and pleasure from that deck, love and pleasure with this deck. Let's see what you got. See how fast that is. Oh, well, let's kick off with love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. How cool is that? And with the luck card of tryst. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory, but if you're unfamiliar with what the word tryst means, it means sort of sneaking around, but not necessarily in the toxic way, right? I mean, it can be, certainly. But this is the suit of luck, which saying that this is something that sort of happens, maybe a little bit spontaneous, where you know the person, they know you, but you're like, hey, let's meet up somewhere. Let's meet up in the gazebo and make out. Let's suck face. So if love is all around you, that means, you know, just simply be aware of this, right? It literally says there is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this is truth. So the more you are able to do that, the more a tryst might rise out of nowhere. Worth looking into, I would think. Cool, cool. There you go, Aries. Now this is Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. So see what pops up as we go along. Taurus, 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 Taurus. All right, my collective pantheons, angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. What's the whisper of love for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? And give us one of these love pack cards too, and let see who you got. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, sweetheart. Good morning. Yes, all is good. Welcome, welcome. Well, we just got to Taurus, and I know one of you is a Taurus, so you might have to scroll back a little bit. I don't know if you can do that while it's live, probably afterwards, to see the Aries, but I'm glad you jumped in when you did. So for Taurus, be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. And this card just came up in one of the readings I did yesterday or the day before. This is also to yourself, right? Because we are looking at love and pleasure here. So if you're isolated, if there's just nobody in your immediate vicinity, because love and pleasure isn't always about sex and romance, mind you, then maybe this is about being supportive of yourself, being supportive of a cause. Just somehow show you care, usually through some kind of action. And this makes sense with this, the card of openness. Now, openness is, again, another luck card, right? Before in Aries, we had love is all around you with Trist, the luck card. So now we have for the Taurians, be supportive with openness. Look how supportive you can be of yourself and others when you are just open to see what happens. That means no agenda, no attachment to outcome. We always say, going with the flow, I'm going with the flow until we don't get what we want, and then we seize, right? Another way of saying that, instead of being open, we close. Open that heart if you can, right? Think happy thoughts. It's more like, contemplate the feelings and the love that you have. Let's see here. What is that? Oh dear, I missed who that is for. Just to recap quickly, the Aries, we're going Aries through Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. So Aries is love is all around you. Simply, love is everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this is true with Trist, right? That's for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising. And for Taurus, we have be supportive with openness. Cool. We all caught up. Okay. Oh, good. Well, Venus in Aries. So there's a tryst. Now, the funny thing is I've had thousands of trysts in this life. And now in the digital age, it's really easy to do it via cell phone. I consider that a tryst still, even if it's not so much physical contact, it's that mental, emotional, psychological part of it. But we've got 2 luck cards so far from the love pack. So something very lucky going on for love and pleasure for our Taurians. Remember, you can super chat anytime you like. You can, if you have something specific you want me to look at while I'm here, it'll pop up on the screen for a little bit, and I'll do my best to keep up. If you want to tip your witch, toss a coin to your witch. Let's look at Gemini. Nice deep breath. Feels so good, my Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Please, my collective pantheons, 1 card, a whisper of love for them, face down. I've had some Geminis face down. And from the love pack, please, a piece of luck, a piece of grace, or a piece of healing for these Geminis for this Leo moon, Saturday, Sunday for love and pleasure. Ask for help, Geminis. Now, your 3rd house, right? Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign, your 3rd house, which is about self-expression. So the asking isn't the issue. Often the pride is. So if there's a little war between, the twins, as it were, do it, don't do it. Ask for help. No, do it yourself. Really check what's going on in the heart. Your soul will always tell you when it's time to reach out for something, usually because you've attempted several times to deal with it over and over and over again. And with the card of sensuality with it, this might very well be a visceral, physical thing. So let's say, right, love and pleasure. You want to experience something new. You want to experience something different. You want a massage, right? You want something a bit more involving the 5 senses. Maybe it's going to a museum, or you just need to get out of the house. Now, where I am today in Holbrook, it's cold out, but it's sunny. I could go for a walk, but I got work to do today. But Monday, my day off, full moon, Mercury going direct and all of that, I'm being interviewed on the phone, but for that whole day, I'm going to try and do laundry. But I could say to someone, I could call up a friend and say, look, just get me out of the house, will you? I don't care where we go. Let's go to the beach. Let's drive. The beaches on Long Island are exquisite. I haven't been to Robert Moses in a really long time since I moved to Holbrook. I think maybe I've been once or twice in the past couple of years. So let's just go drive, and let me just put my shoes in the sand if I can't put my toes there, right? So asking for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. Now, what's interesting about the support you need is with the Taurus, we've got be supportive. So if you're a Gemini who might know a Taurus, show them this reading. And perhaps in that vibe, you'll be able to help each other out. So get already with what we're seeing here. There's a bit more of a vibe here with that kind of friendly love, right? Like nothing. Well, the tryst is certainly a romantic, sexual kind of vibe here for the Aries. With the Taurus, be supportive with openness. That could be friend, that could be family as well as lover. But with the Gemini, ask for help with sensuality. That definitely feels romantic, sexual. But then again, sexuality involves the five senses. It could be simply that. It's like, I need help just to get out of the house. I don't have no idea what to do. I just need to change my surroundings, see, hear, feel, taste, touch something a little different, or even something familiar. Like I said, going to Robert Moses. Field 5. I missed Field 5 if there's anything left of it. Let's take a look at our 4th house Cancerians here. Our crablets. Yay! Take a nice deep breath. Here we go. My pantheons, please, a whisper of love for this Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Just love and pleasure for this Leo moon on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, I'm putting that down. We'll get to that in a minute. Please, can I get from the Chuck Spezzano love pack, please, a piece of clarity, a piece of luck, a piece of healing, a piece of grace for that, because the Cancerians got the true love card. This is a once-in-a-lifetime love. But let's keep in mind, true love, that's why I do the Path of True Love readings. It's all about you being on your path, you becoming true love. But this really does refer to a particular type of relationship. And though they're kissing romantically, does not mean that that cannot show up. True love, because we're talking Cancer here, in a more maternal way, right? A parent to a child, maternal, paternal. And with the card of letting go. Now, this is not a problem card. This is a healing card. So someone, as you can see in the card, is sort of rowing away, and there's someone waving goodbye from the pier. So we always tend to overcomplicate that thing of letting go, right? And someone says, how do you let go? I said, they're going. Let them, right? Whatever's going, whatever's in that phase of erosion, like a wave rolling back out to sea, the ebb instead of the flow, going away instead of towards you. In terms of true love, it's not that you're letting go of true love necessarily, but you're letting go of attachments. You're letting go of the future in terms of how it's supposed to be. Because to me, a true love relationship is nothing more and nothing less than divine love manifested in a physical relationship. I don't just mean a sexual relationship. I mean a relationship of any kind, but in the physical body. Because I can experience true love every day. Just closing my eyes, or prayer, or meditation, or breathing, connecting with my higher self. And keep in mind that my contact lens wants a life of its own. Come on, Mr. Lefty, get on the program there. I must be a little dehydrated. But very, very easy for me to tune to true love, divine love, wherever I am, if I can take a moment of stillness. You see me do it in readings all the time, where I'll go, still point, right? Ringing the silent bell of my heart. It's a movement in that, then there's a responsive movement out, right? From the core of my being, the divine of my being, flooding my cell tissues. So what we need to do to experience true love is let go of attachment, let go of our control, which is the last thing that we ever want to do. However, control is not love. Love is not control. Love is allow. So in this time where things are eroding so quickly and new things taking their place, yes, you might have to let go of some people because they need to go their own way. You can call it another lonely day, but open yourself to true love, Cancerians. There's definitely an emotional pull there. Cool. Oh, good. So we do, let's see, shoveled some snow this morning. It will melt tomorrow, but great exercise. I hear you. I hear you. I don't have to shovel except my my deck, DECK, not these. I mean, my house. Let's do this. Let's see. Oh, well, Leo, Apollo, god of the sun. You want a kiss? I love him so much. I try not to make them talk. It's just weird. It's slightly sacrilegious even for me. Nice deep breath. Oh, this feels good. All right. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and higher selves of all. Please, 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 please. One card, a Whisper of Love Oracle for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and one of these love pack cards for the same. Now I'm going to flip them both and say, practice compassion with healing. Now, keeping in mind, Apollo, a god of the arts, a god of the sun, but also a god of healing. So practice compassion, see things from a different perspective. That may very well be compassion for yourself. Had to refresh the tab, so I want to send Taurus to buck kick Mercury out of retrograde. Honey, it's Monday. It is Monday. And here's the thing. Okay, so here, even if you have no planets in Leo, practice compassion. Practice seeing things from a different perspective. Mercury retrograde is not evil. Mercury retrograde is a huge opportunity that happens 3 times a year for us to see things differently, to rethink things. Look, I almost threw my laptop through a window yesterday because right as I was in a process, it overheated and shut down because the laptop I have was not built for the work that I'm doing now. So it's very slow. It's driving me nuts. It's 4 years old this year. So I was so angry, and I texted a friend who's in tech, and he was like, you know what? I have a little thing that maybe we could speed that thing up, give it some extra power. So that's very much a Mercury retrograde, but it's sort of like the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? So the more you kind of ball your fists up with Mercury retrograde, the worse it gets because you're tense, right? So in terms of practice compassion and healing, even though we're talking about Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs here, it is very that. To be compassionate with yourself when you're feeling yourself getting tense. It's like that inner child work I talk about all the time. It's okay, sweetheart, you're allowed to feel this. And it's okay to be frustrated. The thing is when you perpetuate it, when you immediately jump to that conclusion that this is happening to you rather than for you. I cannot stress how important it is on the spiritual path, on the healing path, on the path of true love, to get that this is all one thing. You're not separate from Mercury, not separate from the world. You're part of the quantum field. And so everything is happening to help the soul grow and evolve. Now, if any of you have children, you know they want sugar 3 meals a day, but you don't give it to them. Why? Well, rotted teeth, type 2 diabetes, right? In children, right? Childhood obesity, right? It's just not healthy. It's not balanced. So get that the trick of Mercury retrograde is see it as a game. That's why I call it Hermes game, Hermes joke, Hermes game, that he's actually speeding up our spiritual growth. But you don't have to be la-di-da and fake your way through it either. You can say, no, this really sucks, but somehow this is happening for me. Fine. I want to see it. Being honest, right? Because Mercury retrograde, as you know, is also times when a lot of things come to light. Things that were hidden, things that were obscured, and things that were out and out, had deception wrapped around them, right? Tend to be revealed, right? All the REs. Reveal, renew, release, that kind of stuff. Cool, cool. Let's keep going. Oh, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. For this Leo moon weekend, Saturday, Sunday, getting ready for that full moon on Monday, not quite Duran. It's a new moon on Monday. So please, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher souls of all involved, please, one card, just one, a whisper of love for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for love and pleasure, Saturday, Sunday, Leo moon, and please the same for the love pack, a piece of luck, a piece of grace, or a piece of healing. Let's look. Now, do I have to scroll down with this thing? No, it keeps up. Good, good, good. Okay. It's time to get down to the heart of the matter. I love that song so much. If this was the card of forgiveness, I would fall over, but with responsiveness. Okay, so let's do these one at a time. Get to the heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. And I can only tell you, I woke up this morning with such strong psychic impressions, messages about someone I have let go of and have not spoken to in months. And at first I was like, why is this going on, right? And I was complaining to my guides, and they said, this is not your mind creating these thoughts. Because I was like, why am I doing this? And they said, you're not. You're just picking up on thoughts in the air that have to do with him. And I was like, all right, I need to get to the heart of the matter of this. I haven't completely, but with responsiveness, it's different than reactivity. In other words, when it happened, just like we were talking about Mercury retrograde, you have a reaction at first. Reactions are fine. They're like reflex, right? I'm not going to bring my leg up, but you know, when they test your to test your reflexes, it's instantaneous, our reactions, but it's usually coming from a place of fear, sometimes negativity, because it is the neural pathways programmed that way. Response is considered and usually wiser, usually more loving, and usually more powerful as well. So, of course, I went in. I'm going to go into prayer again before I have 4 readings I want to do today for the full moon to new moon reads. I'm going to record those. I wanted to have a little interaction with people here too. Speaking of which, I know I'm joking, not to mention I'll be bouncing off the walls on a sugar high. Gotcha. I'll take John Taylor, though, on any kind of moon. I agree with you. Although, you know, I saw Duran Duran perform live. I think it was a Fashion Week event many years ago. And I was like not in the front row because everybody was like standing. And he lifted up his arms and his midriff showed. Like I could have reached out and put my finger in Simon Le Bon's belly button, but security would have hauled me away. I would have gotten arrested and semi-famous for it. That's more infamous, but I didn't. I want to see his new moon on Monday. Let his fires dance through the night. You know me. I am Generation X. That was my jam. That was high school for me. So Virgos, when you're watching this, get to the heart of the matter, even if it's in your own heart. There's more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about and respond. Yes, you can have your reaction first. Breathe through that reaction. That might be your own pain, your own inner child, your own unfinished business, but then really come down and say, okay, this is the heart of the matter. How do I want to do this in a heart-centered way? Consider your response, okay? Libra, nice deep breath. Because I am also, I'm also Leo rising with that. I keep forgetting my own signs. All right, practice compassion, be kind to yourself, do the healing work. But I am Venus and Libra too. So let's see what the Libra, Bo, Biba, Banana, Fanafo, Fibras get. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher souls of all involved, please, one whisper of love for this Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this Leo moon, Saturday, Sunday. Love and pleasure, love and pleasure. It's something that we hope divination can measure. I really should write more music. Please, a piece of luck, a piece of healing, a piece of grace in our face for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Rest and relaxation is essential. I love this card. I'd love to have this made into a big, nice, soft blanket. Wrap myself up in it. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks, absolutely. Oh, and with that comes happiness. Now, what I'm getting on this, Libra, is it's very easy for any sign, anybody, to become unbalanced in the current energetic terrain we are on, just on the planet, right? Not even what's going on locally, what's going on globally. So our nervous systems can get very inflamed, right? We can take on a lot of other people's stuff, a lot of, what do we call it? Stress. So the opportunity to take the opportunity to rest, to kick back, to breathe, to stretch, to meditate. Sleep to me is not enough. It isn't. Because yes, you're getting physiological rest. Certainly the brain is resting. But if you're going to sleep tense and waking up tense in the mind, so to speak, to really know that your happiness is available, but there's too much static on the channel. That's why, you know, we've heard it since we're kids. Eat right, exercise, drink water, all those things you're supposed to do along with rest allows the body its natural metabolic rate to process stress, but then by all means resting, not necessarily doing nothing, but in a place of going with the flow. What did they used to call it? Oh, relaxed energy. It was a dance teacher thing I learned a long time ago. To be relaxed, but to have energy. That's why yoga, tai chi, even walking, but a leisurely walk, not like the 1980s power walk scaring the crap out of the people on the sidewalk. Cool. So rest and relaxation to happiness here. And that can be, you know, that post-coital snuggle, which I love so much. Spoon. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Any Scorpios in the room here? I want to know. Simon LeBon actually poked you in the belly button at a record signing at Tower Records? Well, that's a little full circle. Except I didn't poke him in the... I should have, but no, I shouldn't. See, like, I'm Leo rising, Pisces moon, but that Virgo sun is like, we're not that kind of sign. Scorpios, here we go. Chips, dips, chains, whips. Hey, if anybody wants to tip me, go right ahead. Like I said, if you super chat me, if you say something there, you know, that you really want me to tune in, I will, but you got to pay me on that. Got a lot to do today anyway. I'm going to try and get some laundry done. All right. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card, a whisper of love for the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign for this Leo moon weekend, Saturday, Sunday, all about love and pleasure. And while we're here, please, can we get a piece of luck, a piece of healing, or a piece of grace? So far, we only have luck and, oh no, we do have the happiness is a grace card. Oh, cool. So we've got all three. Please, for the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize, my Scorpios. And isn't that so Scorpio, right? Hidden strength, right? Look to your inner strength, that which is hidden, that which is yin. Because Scorpios are such an occulted sign, and occulted means hidden, right? Something that is not out in the open so much, subterranean. With luck, you got the luck card in the luck suit. So there's something about your own inner strength bringing you into alignment with synchronicity, with the divine plan that makes this day and tomorrow, I'm doing this on Saturday and Sunday, this Leo moon, a bit lucky. And I will say gambling is a big part of fifth house and magic. By the way, I should have said this at the beginning. I just didn't remember it, that any of these are really good intentions to do building up to what? The full moon on Monday. Now, it's going to be in Virgo, but that is a mutable earth sign, so that can help change some things in the physical. So if any of these things are really something that touch you, even if it's not your sign, like write them down. It's like, oh, I'm going to light a candle for that, or I'm going to work with a crystal or that. See, to me, Virgo is the element of sand. It's mutable earth, changeable earth. So that's why I have like this little Zen sandbox that I draw. And if you follow me on Instagram, full moons, new moons, I'm on drawing stuff in it, putting crystals and candles and sometimes chalices in it or around it, right? Depending on the elements I'm working with. So something that you can draw in sand, right? Even if it's just symbols, or using sand to put your intention and then perhaps scattering it on the lawn. If you scatter it to the wind, it tends to fall. So, you know, casting for luck and inner strength, casting for happiness and relaxation. I think you kind of get the vibe there. Cool. All right, we got 4 more positions left. Let's do this. Oh, you poked him back. See, you poked him in the navel, so I didn't have to. Talk about a blue moon on Monday. He's still so cute. I just want to make out with him. You know, I used to want to sleep with all my favorite idols. Now I just want to make out with them. A handful. Not as many as I used to. Some of them are dead. It's not the same. Rigor mortis. Nice deep breath. I think even the statue just went, oh. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, please, pretty, pretty, please. One card, a whisper of love for the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. This Leo moon, Saturday and Sunday for love and pleasure, please. One for them as well. A piece of luck, a piece of grace, a piece of healing in their face. They've got the Sagittarians. This is so Sagittarian. Be in the present and dream of the future. Do they do anything else? I have no plans in Sag. When we dream, everything is possible, sure. But is everything probable? See, I was raised by that. If you dream it, it will happen. NSM, not so much, right? As much as I could try and turn myself into Nell Carter, is a very specific reference, right? It's kind of, what's it, right? No, right? It's like, that's not even a quantum probability, let alone a possibility. But for Sagittarians, expansion ruled by Jupiter, right? What was that? He had the Grand Canyon of inner belt of innies, I bet, British, because I have an innie too, and Audis are a little weird. But if you got one, you got one. So be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible with orgasm. Very Sagittarian. Now, let's just be clear. There's all sorts of fireworks going on here. But orgasm, yes, we think of that as a physiological thing alone, and it's a luck card. You can bet on that. But I have had spiritual orgasms. I know, it sounds weird. Not just through Kundalini yoga, although that too. But that thing of, you know, when you're dreaming of the present, being in the present, in the full moment of the now, breathing, and then add to that a dream, an aspiration. Again, like Sagittarius, put like eyes closed, but drawing that arrow of intention, that mutable fire, ready to fire, that can be done with great orgasmic energy that you visualize. You use the element of air, visualization, right? The dream, the intention, the desire, the bow and arrow, the fire, and then to let it fly, right? You're using air and fire, the east and the south, will then create an emotion within you, the element of water, and then usually manifest some way in form, even if it's just another opportunity to feel that air, fire, and water, and it will keep building as long as you keep focusing on it, right? Sometimes it's not about stalking your dreams, as it's about giving them room to breathe and allowing them to manifest. You with me? Cool. All right, lovely for the Sagittarian asses. Let's see what's going on here with the Capricorns, you know, the earth signs. Nice deep breath. My gods, my angels, my goddesses, my collective pantheons, ascended masters, higher selves of all involved, for this Capricorn collective, please, a whisper of love. Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. That was quick. For this Leo moon, Sunday, Monday, please. Saturday, Sunday, the energy's starting to get wibbly wobbly, and a piece of love, a piece of luck, a piece of grace, a piece of healing for my Capricorn goats. Ooh, have patience. Love is patient and kind, always with commitment. Now, this could be a commitment to you to have faith. I mean, come on, have patience, right? Have faith that you can commit to that. It's like patience. See, here's the thing about impatience. Impatience is an emotion, and it's really, really, really hard to repress, right? So you might as well give impatience a voice. But understand that this stuff is all scripted. I mean, it's interesting to take quantum physics and match it with divine mysticism, right? Because they are kind of saying the same thing from, in a way, quantum physics, the more masculine, divine masculine mental orientation, and the other, the divine feminine, more the intuitive, the emotional, the heart-centered. So we have to then choose to bring those into alignment somehow. So yeah, sometimes our heart's desires are so compelling. But what I love about Capricorns is, I say this a lot, they're slow and steady wins the race, right? You can't just run up a mountain. You have to really watch each footfall as you go. So the patience is worth it here, but what if this is bringing you a deeper commitment to yourself, to another, to your path, to whatever it is that's taking some time? Because we live, oh my God, I've been hearing this since I'm a child. We're such an instant gratification society, particularly since the 80s, right? What is it? Instant gratification isn't fast enough. That's from Postcards from the Edge, both the movie and the book. So there's something about, if you want a commitment, have patience, but also make a commitment to patience by allowing that child inside of us that gets rambunctious and angry when it doesn't get what it wants. It's sugar now. It doesn't want dinner. It wants dessert. Well, sweetheart, it's all scripted. It's all part of the plan. It's one step at a time. Slow and steady wins the race. So patience to me is really more of a Capricornian, Saturnian trait than any other sign has access to. Just saying. All right. 2 more left. My aqualungs, my aquariums. Here we go. My collective pantheons. Ooh, deeper breath on that. All right, fixed air. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, 1 card for this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus sign for this Leo Moon, Saturday, Sunday. What's going on with them for love and pleasure with the whisper of love? And please, a piece of luck, a piece of grace, or a piece of healing from my Aquarian Sun, Moon, Rising Venus sign. Saturday, Sunday, Leo Moon. Look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Now, what's beautiful about that is Aquarians, being fixed air, can really pull back and see the larger picture. They're a bit stratospheric in that way, right? So pull back and, look at your pattern in relationships, not just your romantic relationships. As a matter of fact, if you even go into, I won't say basic psychology, not psychology 101, but so many of our adult relationships are based on the relationships or lack thereof that we had in our childhood, particularly parental ones, right? So, that's something to kind of look back. Like if you can do that, Aquarian, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, pull back. Like even if you could list them all, like, I don't know, get a pen board, right? And just like a dry erase board and start listing people, right? And seeing the patterns and connections. Look at your patterns in relationships, because with that comes grace. And this is the grace card of the suit Grace. By the way, we also have the healing card of the healing suit. And just to make it a round robin here, we've got the luck card in the luck suit. So this is a little on the nose, Apollonian. Thank you, my love, right? So grace is when the gods, the angels, the masters sort of go here, right? Like the picture, there's a tree growing out of the hand of the divine. Now, you didn't plant the tree, it was there. So everything that you need in terms of grace here in love and pleasure is there sort of waiting for you, but you have to look at your patterns in relationships so that you can navigate it a little bit differently, perhaps relax, because if everything's under grace and in perfect ways, that's an affirmation I've been doing since I was in my 20s. What am I, Cosmic Watermelon? That's a kick-ass name. What am I watching? You are watching Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for the 12 signs of the zodiac for love and pleasure during the Leo moon today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday, building up to the full moon in Virgo on Monday. That's what you're watching, and I'm glad to be doing it here. Thank you, D. Hansel, and Cosmic Watermelon, best fucking name ever. We have one left. We're doing Pisces, and then I'm going to take a break. I'm going to start recording the reads for the full moon, new moon, because I got a bunch left. We've got 8 left, 4 today, 4 tomorrow. We'll be ready for full moon on Monday. All right, Piscean. This is my Pisces moon. Let's see what we get. Nice deep breath. Oh, my pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, please, please. 1 card, a Whisper of Love Oracle card for this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Love and pleasure this Saturday, Sunday, Leo moon weekend, right? What's a whisper of love from them and from the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack? Please, my pantheons, a piece of luck, a piece of healing, or a piece of grace for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Remember, I'm a Pisces moon, but the cards are already in my hand, so I sort of asked that favor a little late. Spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Oh, and I've got the love card in the gray suit. So, well, you know, I have to say I have been meeting a lot of men lately. Yay! I got tipped. I love getting tipped. You know, I never waited tables. You want to know why? Because I'm a potion witch. If someone was rude to me, I would cast in their coffee. And that's not who I want to be. Not who I want to be. So I never really got tipped that way. Although when I do readings, sometimes people will PayPal me a tip afterwards. Like they pay me more. One client this past week, I did $100 read for that, so I'm $100 an hour. The math is easier. And she sent me another $100 afterwards. Like I did the fucking Snoopy dance around my living room. You know, self-employed. When I say professional witch, professional intuitive. I'm not joking, witch. I'm not joking, witch. So look, the love card, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs with spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Now, does that mean a spiritual connection that it's just going to be easy and graceful and you're going to love each other and never have a problem? That never happens. Love brings up its opposite. And remember, Pisceans, we are two fish. Yes, I am Virgo sun, but I am Pisces moon. I'm very familiar with the dolphin and the shark, right? The guppy and the barracuda, right? It's those tides of emotions that we have. And the trick is not to kill the shark, right? It's not to jump the shark. Don't jump the shark. But certainly there's the opportunity there to feel all of that, that the emotions are the juice of life. And now I'm certainly going to keep my inner senses as well as my outer senses tuned to somebody coming in with a spiritual connection. Now with love, remember, that doesn't necessarily mean romantic sexual. I might hang out with Anthony tomorrow, my past life son. He's my past life son. It's not a romantic thing. He's my sweetheart. He's the guy who was in Drunk Tarot we did last Sunday. If you haven't watched it, go see it. I asked him to come on camera and he does. He's such a sweetheart. And he's been such a loving support to me. During, I will say, these past couple of years have been really emotionally traumatic with the amount of change that I've been through. But now I kind of feel like I went ahead on the path a little bit, like with the machete hacking through the forest, hacking through the jungle, to really counsel and help and guide people coming up from behind. And isn't that what a guide's supposed to do, particularly a reader? So if anybody has any questions here, and thank you so much for the super sticker. I really... You see, this is how catchphrases happen. Stop trying to make mer happen. Let's make mer happen. My mer people. I love that is catching on, even on with one other person that it's caught on. That delights me. But how about we say a little prayer together? Shall we? Take a nice deep breath with me. Dearest God, Goddess, all that is, the angels, the goddesses, the gods, the masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, in alignment with this new moon, this full moon coming up with the Leo moon this Saturday and this Sunday, please help us tap into our fifth house powers, whether we have planets there or not, our creativity, our good fortune, our pleasure, our luck, our artistic nature, that we may express and explore this world in a way that allows us to feel the love that is inherently who we are and express it into this world, that we may find pleasure, whether we are on our own, never truly alone, always all one, but that we may find great pleasure and love through the unity consciousness, fifth dimensional awareness, the experience of the divine within, particularly as we then bless this world with love. May we be taught everything that we need to experience the love and the pleasure that is our divine birthright. And I'm going to actually quote in this prayer one of the healing mantra deck cards that I've had for the past couple of days. I chose it twice. I picked it once, but I chose it twice. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. Try that with me. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. And maybe even through that thought, through that truth, because worthy, we are worthy of this world. We are worthy of the entire quantum field of this universe. All of the love, all of the wisdom, all of the power, all of the respect, all of the healthy, all of the happy, all of the wealthy, and all of the wise that we can experience in this life and in this world. So please, my pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, thank you. Thank you for opening us up to the opportunity of love and pleasure through this Leo moon, Saturday, Sunday, lovely weekend in preparation, so that come Monday, when that Mercury goes direct in the sky, that we are able to launch our intentions, our heart's desires. For when the moon rides at her peak, then ye heart's desire seek. Or at least cast, or at least pray, or draw something in the sand, light a candle, do what we're going to do for the well-being of all. And so it is. So mote it be. Thank you so much. If anybody wants to ask something really quickly, pop it up on a super chat. Otherwise, I'm going to start wrapping this up. I do have at least 4 videos to make today. Let's see. I ended at Cancer, so we'll be doing the ones I have planets in. We'll be doing Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, which I only have Neptune and Scorpio, so we won't be dealing with that too much. Cool. I want to thank you all so much. This is like literally only my 2nd super chat that I've done, so still learning the ropes a little bit. I can see where, having a moderator here, but I hope you enjoyed it. Please do comment in the comment section below after I sign off if you're watching this at a later time. Cool. Well, again, thank you so much. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this Leo moon weekend. Oh, I'm probably going to do something Monday night in the Mark Angelo Lyons Mal for Short Facebook group, right? Just so that you know. You too, sweetheart Jen. Have a lovely weekend. And, some of you are already in the Facebook group, but if you want to join in, it's on Facebook, Mark Angelo Lyons Mal for short. I really should. I'll see if I can pop the link in here somewhere, at least in the comment section. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of the weekend. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.